July 7th, 2026 meeting of the West Haven ARPA Committee will now come to order. Will each member and paid professional say their name for the record? Ken Carney.
Mark Ellis-Pina.
Dwight Knowles.
David Grudberg, Carmody Torrance, Sandak, and Hennessy, Council Denny,
Mike Glass.
Gary.
Rohan Smith.
Each member received a copy of the agenda for tonight's meeting. Any proposed changes? If none, the agenda stands. Let's go to page 5. Page 5 in your booklet is the start of the minutes from the June 2nd meeting. Goes through page 9. And have a motion to waive the reading of the minutes.
Motion to waive the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Can I have a motion to approve the June 2nd regular meeting minutes as written?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Gary, any, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. All right, let's go to page 10. Here we have the miniature version of the chart. The tracker's in front of you. So we are meeting with Finance at my office on Thursday at 10 a.m. to compare notes because we're off about $230,000, which is nothing when you're talking 31 million. The money is there, it's just that we're recording it differently, and we're gonna kind of straighten out the tracker. So Thursday at 10 is that meeting. So you'll have a more accurate tracker. Now, our tracker does not show what's been encumbered, theirs does. So ours will always be a little bit different, but we wanna at least make sure the numbers match. We have to talk about the library tonight. I'm gonna leave that on at the end of the meeting where the library is in the order that it's in. Any questions on anything on the tracker?
Yes, question for me. So I'm just trying to understand this correctly. So what's highlighted here in deficit, is that we are overspending or is this a credit?
The 1996?
No, the 51,425, the 40.
Oh, I see. That's a deficit, but what it is we're allowed to move money around, and if you look at the paving MOU, we have 528,000, so we're taking money out of that to cover the deficit. If that makes sense.
Yes. Well, I guess my question is, are we overspending on these? I know we can move money around, but are we overspending on these?
So some we've overspent on, some we've underspent on, but we can't go above the total.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Any other questions? Okay, let's go to page 11. So this is an example of a transfer. And here we have paving, 481,000, and we're transferring money out, in this case, 60,000, and that's going into the deficit you just mentioned, actually, the financial management. So that's how it works. So finance produces this paperwork, I sign it, and then they transfer it. Okay?
That's legit.
All right, let's go to page 12. We have a Carmody invoice for $14,560. It's getting very busy for Carmody because we're getting ready as though we're having an audit, and what that means is he's going through every file, and we're identifying paperwork that's missing, paperwork that needs to be signed, contracts that have to be done, and that's gonna continue that way for a couple months, and then it will be over, okay? Do I have a motion to approve this invoice?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 16. Here I have 300 for Jow Films. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, I've got some discussion. So, what happens is, we have, if your total fee, $300 a month, goes over 10,000, we have to do a contract with you. Are you keeping those? I have the records in Munis, but are you keeping any records on what we've paid you to date? Okay, all right. So we will be approaching you I think, sign a contract. It's over 10 for him or 15?
If over 10 has been paid by October 1, 2025, or over 15
Yeah, so-
total.
October 21, 25. It might be close.
Yeah.
So we'll get back in touch
And
with
it's a
you.
federal requirement that
Yeah.
if you spend a certain amount of money, you need written contract with certain provisions in it.
And it's just a standard contract, no big deal. All right. And you do have a unique identity number, because yeah, okay. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 17. Here we have the closeout for Milestone Construction. I've got two invoices. Invoices 5 and 6, one for $754.32, one for $4690.80. This is the holdback for the Veterans Memorial expansion of the granite, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial granite. So once these are approved, he's paid in full, and that's 17 through 26. Do you have a motion to approve? Do I have a second? Who wants to second that one?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to page 27. So there have been some P-card charges, very small, but they still need to go through the committee. So we've got two Amazon charges, starting on page 27, ending on page 30. One's for $27.99, one's for $138. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second? Second. Yeah, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, moving on, we now have Ivy League. Let's go to page 31. And Ivy League, my guess, is gonna land somewhere around 100 grand when this whole thing's done, maybe a little less. So here we have an invoice for work, and you can see the pictures of what they did here. Not the greatest pictures, but everything's here. The first one is for $11,135. And this is for playground mulch in several locations. Do you have a motion to approve?
These pictures are really not great, I mean,
They're not, I can email you better pictures, but they, before we scan them, they look pretty good.
before and after.
Some before and afters, yep. Do you have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to page 38. 38 is an invoice for $1,850. And this one is for
Power washing.
the playscape. And this one you can see better, a little better before and after. Do you have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do you have a second?
Second.
Mike, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's move on to page 41, Frankson Fence. So this one is a lot of work, and the pictures show all the problem areas. And those pictures go on all the way to page 52, actually. They have cement, they have reattaching fencing, they have new fencing going in, new chain link, new railings, a welder on site, black chain link fencing, green chain link fencing. Ernie's pretty good, he gets multiple prices. Now, there were another 20 pages associated with this of other vendors that were more expensive. I didn't bother putting them in here, okay? And Frankson is on the state bid list. Do you have a motion to approve this estimate, it's an estimate, for $21,442 for the work around the city on chain link fencing, parks, okay? Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I know frankincense, is on the, priority vendor list,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, sir.
But, are we considering like approving other vendors? I mean, I know it's late now, but I think like, it seems like all the invoices or all the part, restructuring or renovation is done through frankincense.
Yeah, so I have complained about that in the very beginning, and since I've done that, Ernie has been extra careful about getting multiple bids. They can't touch this guy. He's lower than everybody else. And he's tried different vendors. We once had, a couple have gotten through and beat Frankson very seldom, but one vendor who was lower said to Ernie, we can't get to you for 3 months. Ernie needed the work done like that week. So I share your concern, but they have consistently come in lower than anybody else. I used them over at Washington School. I had to put a fence around a house that was complaining that it was too close to the parking lot. Gilbane went out and got multiple bids, and no one was even close to Frank's fence. So, he seems to be giving us the best deal.
As long as we're doing our due diligence, that's all I'm
Yes.
asking.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. All right, let's go to page 53. We have Cerulli. This is for $2,640. And this is for, go to page 54, that's the before. Go to page 55, that's the after. So they sent machinery in there and they cleaned out that culvert. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do you have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 58. So it turns out, the city of West Haven is using its own forces to clean culverts and, take care of drainage issues throughout the city. Now, we talked about this for a long time. I have seen the evidence, not just in the pictures that have been sent to me, but driving around town, the amount of work that's being done on the existing infrastructure is mind-boggling. These guys are cleaning out every single drain. They're reclaiming drains that have long disappeared to people's lawns 30 years ago. People who used to call me on a regular basis every time it rained, like it did in the last few days, that it's flooding the neighborhood, don't call anymore. The Public Works is doing an amazing job. And they're using a lot of their own forces. In this case, they had a crew dedicated to just ARPA-funded projects, $43,788.22. Once approved, they'll reimburse their payroll with these funds. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second? Any discussion?
Yeah, just that, I think this is a good idea, only because what I was concerned about, we've done so much work on all those culverts and the drainage system, and this will make sure that it's gonna be sustainable going forward.
I think so,
I think
yeah.
I'm really, really glad to see them, doing this stuff.
They really are. And don't forget, every single basin now has an identification tag. We paid the engineer to identify every single one.
Right,
They're all
so
numbered.
they're on an inventory, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sold because yesterday, normally it takes me about 7 minutes to get home, and it took me almost 30 minutes to get home yesterday because they closed the gate there, they closed the gate on Washington, so if we had proper drainage, that water would have been gone.
No, that's not true. Those gates are there because it's a low
Flash
point in the
flood.
city, and they can never solve that drainage unless they get rid of the railroad. So we paid for those gates, and it used to be a person from the PD ran out and shut the road down. Now, there was a woman about 15 years ago at the one over by Morgan Lane, she drowned
Under the bridge.
under the bridge.
Drowned.
Oh, yeah.
In a car.
Wow.
How
Flash
high
flood.
was the water?
It's flash flood. I
4
mean,
feet
it-
came in a wave, it was done. So what these gates are doing is they're closing automatically when it detects a flood. Those railroad trellises, the underpass, will always flood. There's nothing you can do about it. So, that can be managed, it can't be solved. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have LATEC. LATEC is doing various flood repair work or infrastructure work for flooding. Go to page 67. Here's some work they've done there. They replaced the pipe that was broken and not allowing the water to run off. Go to page 74. Here's new culverts going in. 74, 72, I'm sorry. So we have a diversity of invoices here, starting with 6307, 2477, 5658, 92, 513, 64979. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to page 69.
We'll go back to page 69.
All right, so this one here, the name of the company is Mosquito, but there's no mosquito work here at all. We have, opening up the street, excavation, new piping. If you go to page 70 gives you the detail, 71 is the picture. And that's for $14,950. Just under 15,000.
Yeah, that's the only,
Yeah.
invoice.
Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
One second. On page 70, it says Layden Industries.
This
For
is page 69.
69.
The invoice is on 69.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies, I'm on Layden. I skipped over. Yeah, so, forgive me, Dwight's correct, so where's Mosquito? It is
69.
69.
69 is,
Let's see, river title, okay, so Mosquito did the river title floodgates,
Yes.
my apologies. So let's go back to that, I mixed them up. Innovative Mosquito Management did the floodgates, $14,950, a motion to approve.
Motion already made.
No, we're redoing it, because different invoice. Approved? Motion?
Motion approved.
Second?
However, before,
Well, hold on to discussion, hold on.
Second.
So, okay, now we're in discussion, go ahead.
discussion, well, you did mention that there's a itemized invoice, but there's no itemized invoice for.
No, not for floodgates, there's not, that's for Layden, that's what I messed up. So Mosquito is work to the floodgates, adjusting. That's the $14,950. Any other discussion on that one?
Rescind the prior motion.
Yeah.
Rescind the prior vote.
Yeah,
So you make a motion to rescind that vote, that motion passes, and then if I have another motion, make another motion
all right,
to
all right. So make a motion to rescind the previous motion.
vote.
I now make a motion to rescind my previous motion to approve the,
We didn't really vote on that, so.
Yeah, all right, you can just rescind his
All right, do you have a
motion.
second?
I'll rescind my second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Okay. We now have, I'd like to have a motion to approve Innovative Mosquito for $14,950.
I now make a motion to approve the invoice for mosquito management, innovative mosquito management for $14.50.
$14,950.
For $14,950.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Let's go to page 70. Here I have Layden, and this is under 15,000. This is their itemized list and a picture of what they did. Do I have a motion to approve $13,809.70?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second? Gary? Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next, we have, the West Shore Fire District. So this is their budget. On page 72. Okay. And we have invoices that bill out from the budget numbers. So the first one is diversity on page 73. This is for 197,736.62. And this is specific to the Ocean Avenue station. We have passed mechanicals. We are now sheet rocking. That job's actually going pretty well. Do we have a motion to approve? Gary? Do you have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. MGM dropped off a dumpster for the firemen to empty the space before construction started. $662.72. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Next, they shut the station down, and the construction guys used the electricity there. It's a reduced bill, but it's a bill nonetheless, pages 78 through 80, for $1,144.48. The contract of diversity is they don't bring generators, they're using our electricity. Do we have a motion to approve? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is anyone checking that, to make sure that UI isn't doubling payment? Getting,
Double
being
dipping.
paid by the.
Yes, I have the UI bill, and I'm there twice a week.
All right.
Yeah, I'm managing this job.
Who's getting reimbursed with this?
Uh,
It's going back
The
to
West Shore Fire
The
Department.
West Shore Fire
Yeah,
District.
Oh, that's,
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they paid the UI, I told them
Gotcha, so it's,
to pay the UI bill.
that makes sense.
If I didn't tell them that, we'd be talking about the electricity being turned off right now if they're waiting for us to pay it. So that's reimbursement. Okay?
and who seconded that? Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, let's go to page 81. Here we have Vancord. This is an estimate. So now that all the framing is done, they started sheet rocking. They want Vancord to come in, who is their existing vendor for IT, to run all the data drops. That was exempt from Diversity's contract. The proposal, which is really a sole source, is for $15,978.79. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, I've got Omnidata Security. This is for door controls and cameras. So prior to this renovation, anybody could walk in off the street, climb the stairs, and be in the chief's office in 2 seconds without any barriers. The new design creates an area that you have to literally use a card to get through into the inner offices. Those doors run about $2,500 a piece to be wired with the fob, and they're adding cameras, they can see what's going on in the apparatus room and outside the building. And Omnidata, who has done a lot of work under ARPA, is at $28,318.18. Do you have a motion to approve that estimate?
Motion to approve the estimate.
Do I have a second? Second, anybody?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes.
Is this on state contract, or is it being bid out?
It's under 35,000, and they got a couple bids, and this one was the best bid.
Okay.
Yep.
And people don't walk in there. I tried, and I had to wait until the chief came to open the door.
There's an outside door that locks, but once you're in there, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
The apparatus floor opens up, the door.
Right.
Anybody can walk in. So we designed the new structure that if you make it upstairs, you're in a fire-rated hallway, and you cannot get to any of the inner offices unless someone buzzes you in.
What are they doing with that big room that's off of the chief's office?
That is now a bunch of office spaces.
Okay.
Is this more of a safety protocol?
It is. Well, it's safety and, I mean, listen, if you worked at a place that the only barrier between you and the outside world was an outside door, and if the garage door opened, everybody can walk in, you wouldn't feel very safe. So that's what it is down there. So,
But my question is, what reason, I've never heard of a fire station being locked.
Right.
the fire station is not locked. The inner offices are locked. So the fire marshal's office is locked, the chief's office is locked. Prior to this job, any contractor, any citizen could walk right into their offices. Because their offices are off that big room upstairs.
Yeah.
I think all public buildings should have security.
Yeah. So. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's approved. Next, we go to page 89,
Do we miss the utility communications?
utility communications. This is the PA system that has to be brought into the new room. So what we've done is we've created additional sleeping bunks, and we separated them, men and women. So they have an existing speaker system. Utility Communications is a sole source provider because they have a contract with them. We did the same thing at the Benham Hill Station. In order for them to come in and distribute the speakers to the appropriate areas, you're looking at 3148.50 estimate. Quote, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to page 90. Here we have Grove Park. The police put in cameras using utility communications, and that came to $5,990.94.
These are the boardwalk monitoring cameras.
And this work's already done, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought this work was already done and we already had, closed out all of it.
We did a mile and a half, but they've added some more. Yeah, Rick Fontana's running this one, but they added some more. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
None of these are flock cameras, are they?
What kind of cameras?
Flock,
What's a
the
flock
new
camera?
speeding cameras
No.
that Milford
No, sir.
has.
No. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay. Let's see what we have for you next. Next, we go to page 92. Here I have an ad. New Haven Register, Hearst Media, $690. And it's page 92 through 96. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, I want to give you an update of the animal shelter. We anticipate breaking ground there in the next few days, actually. And the completion date is scheduled for October 1st. And that's an extension on the animal shelter to create a cat room, a dog adoption room, and a cat adoption room. And I just want to give you an update. And the good news is, everybody here in the committee gets a free cat. I'll have it at the next meeting for you. Okay, let's go to page, all right, now we have the library. Page 97. All right, so this is the letter that the committee sent to the library. I was told that they were gonna go and buy a bus to act as a mobile library. I sat with the consultants, and they determined that the best argument was, since the original plan and council resolution was to create a library in Allentown. That meant people would go to them, the next best thing is a bus comes to you with library books, okay? They weren't allowed to outfit the bus with ARPA funds, but they could buy the bus. You were here last month when they came with proposals. We asked them to redo the proposals. We thought the first bus is too expensive. I then reported to the city council, and as I was reporting this specific project, the president of the library stands up and says, "Oh, we're buying a building." That's when it was announced to me. So, I brought him out in the hallway, asked him what the story was, and he explained that he was buying, a building on Route 1 and a parking lot behind it. Then I get a call at the next council meeting, I wasn't there, but I get a call that, a council person said the library bought a bus with their own funds. So they're asking for $975,000, which is in here somewhere, they have a letter of intent, to buy a building, and a parking lot behind it for $975,000. The first issue is they spent, you can check the track, I think it was 28 change on the Blake building. Because that went nowhere, we can no longer fund that, so that 28,000 goes back to the city. I also estimate that in the last 24 months, we have spent probably somewhere in the area of $20,000 with consultants and attorneys going over their various plans. So I guess, and then the last thing is, I don't know how they're gonna rebuild this building. It's an empty shell. I don't know where those funds are coming from, what the time frame is. So my suggestion is, we pass a motion saying this is approved on the following conditions. Number one, you lose the 28,000, or whatever that number is, for design. We're holding back 20,000 pending an audit, internal audit, to see how much we've actually spent on the library of financial funds. And number three, we want a plan showing how much money you're gonna spend on this library, where those funds are coming from, and what the time frame is. Go ahead. And an appraisal. We also need an appraisal of the building. Probably the most important thing.
So, yeah, I mean, my question would be, we've gone around with multiple properties. I guess if the city council approved the library to get up to $1 million, it's not us that is gonna say what they use it for, as long as it's within the
$1 million,
scope
yes.
of
No,
the city council. I guess my concern is,
Yeah.
what happens if we release money, they buy the building, and then they don't have money to outfit it?
Great question.
Is that
There's-
our
Yeah.
There's a
problem?
principle
Yeah.
called a federal interest, and when the federal government funds real property acquisition, they retain an interest in the property so that, for example, in a year from now, it can't be flipped. And if the owner of the property wishes to dispose of the property or do something with the property that was not in the approved plan, you have to go to the federal government with a question of what do we do? And it's up to the federal government to decide what happens then, because you've used the federal government's money to do something you said you were gonna do, and you didn't do it. So the federal government latches onto that if you don't go forward with what you have proposed to do.
So should that be in the agreement?
Yes.
Yes,
So what we
that-
should
That
do.
they, just because
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, it's
worried.
there, it is there as a matter of law, but it would be a good idea to put that into the agreement. Totally.
Because
agree
I don't
with
have a
that.
lot of confidence in
Yeah.
this transaction. If the city council approved it, as long as it's not gonna come back to us, and there's some,
Well, Mike, it turns out we have a responsibility to monitor these funds.
but what happens after December, when this committee goes
Right.
away?
That's
they
why we
have-
wanna take our shot now.
Right, but they have an obligation, our obligations flow down to them as a subrecipient, so they continue to have an obligation to the federal government to use the money as, for a library, for an Allentown library. If they decide they want to sell the property or use it for something else, they've gotta go to the federal government and ask permission to do that, because it's the federal government's money, not.
My other question, and I don't know any of the people that are involved, who owns the building or whatever, but I think I do like the fact that we want an appraisal.
Oh, yeah.
We wanna make sure that when we're releasing this money, they're gonna buy this building, that
Yes.
that building
And actually,
is,
the federal government wants to make sure you're not overpaying too.
yes,
So
well,
when
yes.
When you're buying
And we're
property,
responsible
yeah.
as fiduciaries, I think, of
Right.
this money. We
It's a
wanna
good
make
idea
sure
anyway. on
that
our
we're
own, yeah.
covered and that we're giving it
Yeah.
for that purpose, that the money doesn't go there and they buy a bus.
Because the question is, I mean, we have $1 million, so we'll give you $1 million for the property. You don't want that.
Right,
You need the appraisal.
right.
All right, so the motion is, well, any other discussion before we, okay. So
The
mo-
follow-up question
Yes.
is, who is paying for the appraisal?
They are.
They are paying for it. So the appraisal costs will not come out of this $1 million that we are allocating to them, or that we would potentially.
It could.
You could.
Yeah.
It could, it's a
Yeah.
soft
I
cost.
mean, in some, not in some ways, this proposed use of the money squares up more directly with what the city
City
council
council
approved,
said,
like
yeah.
Mike said, rather than the mobile bus situation we were talking about last month. So to that, on that front, it aligns exactly with monies that were appropriated.
But it doesn't matter, because let's assume it's 975, and the appraisal comes back, everything's good. Whether they spend 3,000 on an appraisal or not, the 975 doesn't move. So they're paying for it anyway, out of their own funds.
But the committee did approve, for the mobile library last month, right?
No, we asked for additional information. We didn't approve it. All right, so, any other discussion or questions? Anybody? Good.
Now, this property that they're buying, it comes off of the tax,
It would.
so the city loses money from the taxpayer for the property.
I think they get pilot funds for that, right?
Yes,
So
it's
the
not
libraries are
it's not a
nonprofit.
100 cents on the dollar.
Right,
but
right,
you-
you get pilot funds, yeah.
So we lose the money
to the
as a
extent you're
city.
not reimbursed by the state.
Yeah, listen, I don't think that, I mean,
Well, it becomes a federal property.
that's
essentially.
all, every library you're in that situation, it's a library, that's how it is. Same thing with a school,
Yeah.
you know?
Because a library is not for profit, right?
Although I will tell you that when we built the
So-
new high school,
There's no
the
tax.
city sent the tax bill to the Board of Ed, I swear to God.
Yeah, a library is like a public
did.
school, there's no
It's a
taxes, so-
actually, the VIA, the Village Improvement Association, is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. So they would not pay.
That right there, yes.
taxes.
All right, so I'm thinking two motions. The first motion is, we withdraw the funds for the design work at Blake. We ask for an appraisal of this property. We ask for a plan showing time frame, how much, and where the funds are coming from, and turn it into a library. And we hold back $20,000 pending an internal audit on what they've cost us in attorney and accounting fees. That's motion number one. Do I have a second for that?
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion number two is motion one should be written up by our ARPA attorney, Mark. Do I have a motion, a second for that?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You have a question?
No, I just wanna make sure that all that information is in that.
We'll make sure.
It's in there.
Yeah. All right, wrapping this up, let's go to page 104. Here I have Campbell Commons, this is the rent, quarterly, $12,000 for the shelter. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then I have SMG, they're the cleaning company, I have two invoices, 105 and 106. 105 is for 4340, page 106 is for 2130, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, next we go to page 107. I have a progress payment for the West Shore Fire District for Antonazi for $1,750. Motion to
New
approve.
business, Ken?
Is this new business? I'm sorry. Does anybody else have any new business? All right, under new business, I've got, page 107, Antonazi for $1,730. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second? 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 Anyone have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
This is their final payment, right?
Well, they have a chart here. Go to page 107. I think we owe them a little bit of money after this, not much.
It
Looks like they
says,
are. in
pays this
the contract
amount,
You've got,
So this should be the
West
last.
Shore Fire Station.
23, 20, it looks like that is their last payment, yes.
Testing.
You are correct.
All right, so they are done.
Okay.
And add to the motion authorizing me to fill out a supplemental approval form reflecting the vote.
Done.
Yep.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, next we go to page 108, under new business. Here I have Antonazi,
Another invoice.
and this is the animal shelter. Again, here's a copy of their bill. In this case, it's for $2,647. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second? Gary? Any discussion?
Same authorization on the approval.
Yes, sir. Same authorization.
My only other question on this one would be, I know this makes me a little bit nervous because we have to spend all this money by December 31st.
Mm.
I know you said October 1st.
Mm.
Are you confident that we'll be able to?
I am.
Okay.
Yep. You know, we've brought in I can't think of an ARPA project that went over the time frame or that much over budget, if at all. We brought them all in. This one will be an easy one, I think. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for your time here tonight.
All right.